that supposed to make me do?
It means because you speak properly, you're a house nigger.
What is that supposed to make me do?
Well, that's
stupid.
Yeah. Well, if you're a so-called house nigger, I want more of you because you know what? There's a woman who just went to Guatemala who raises money for people who, you know, I don't know, does a lot of good things. And if that's referring to the fact that you speak well,
I have no idea what they mean by that. But I wish they could get more descriptive because it's a very old term, and I don't know that it has relevance anymore. Speaking of relevant.
But I'm not. There's a whole bunch of stuff I could say if I really wanted to get into doing the dozens with Jamie, but I'll skip it. How old is he anyway, Jamie?
40-something?
Yeah. What if he's going to settle down pretty soon? Maybe with a...
Find a nice girl.
Find a nice girl and settle down. Maybe. He's got to find the right... He can't find the right girl?
Can't find the right girl.
Okay. All right.
He's trying.
He's trying.
It's hard out there.
All right. But anyway, Jamie, I love you. There's no problem. I don't care. You know, you can do what you want. You go ahead. If I can help you get some content on that channel, go ahead. I mean, what can I tell you? But don't say you're a friend of mine. And if you got a problem with me, come on in. Come on down here. You know where the show is. And come talk to me about it. Be happy to talk to you right here. And we'll hear how bad we are. But say it to my face. That's all. Come on down. As they say on The Price is Right. Come on down.
But something that's irrelevant, you usually just ignore.
I don't know. I don't know why they're... I don't know. All I know is I was sitting here doing a show, and then I get a tape of his crew bashing me. And then Jamie gets on the air and says, well, gee, Howard, you're supposed to be playing on our team. Well, I'm sorry.
You should bash yourself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Get on their bandwagon.
What did you say that prompted their...
I was talking about the film Precious, that in Hollywood, they don't hire, you know, they had her up for Best Actress. And I said, she's this big, enormous, fat woman, the size of a planet.
I saw the film.
Yeah, and I go, this is not going to, Oprah's lying, they're all lying to her, that she can have this fabulous career. Obese people don't get... When is the last time you saw a leading woman in a role that was obese? They don't get work.
No.
And it's a big problem. And the
so
woman
you made that comment, and that prompted...
well, it prompted a bunch of debate, and it was fine. I mean, that's what I do.
Well, everybody made the debate that Howard said she was fat.
Right.
Like, that's at issue.
Yeah, well, evidently, that's considered very bad. Like, I call Rush Limbaugh fat. There's a lot of people I call fat. Kirstie Alley's fat. You know, there's a lot of people who are fat.
And they don't work.
And they don't. No. That's Hollywood. I'm not the bad guy here. If I could hire some people in Hollywood, I'd hire some few fat people, but I can't.
And it's a commentary on the general ticket-buying public.
Yep.
The public won't buy.
Well, Vanity Fair just had the 10 hottest
new
actresses. They're all super skinny. And then it's even funny, too, and white. There was one black woman, I think. I'm not even sure if there was one.
Was there?
I think it was all white.
It was all white.
Yeah. No Asians, no blacks, no Hispanics, nothing.
Nobody else exists in Hollywood. No. You know, the fantasy Hollywood is all white.
So
the reality of America is the total opposite. It's diverse.
Right. So it's not a really brilliant or great statement, but his crew got on and started ripping me a new asshole, implying that, you know, how can you, I guess because Gabby's black, that it's like I'm racist or something. Whatever it was, they were real. And they were talking
fattest.
And they were fattest. Right. And they were calling me ugly.
Well, that wasn't their argument. Their argument was that,
and I'm a pelican, and I'm a pelican face, and I'm ugly, and a Jew, and I heard the word Jew, and it's just, and then it was like, well, okay, so, you know, what is that? So I got on the air, and I fucking gave it to him. And I said it the way it was. And then, you know, Jamie goes, well, you're not playing on our team. Why so angry?
Oh.
You call me a fucking Jew, I'm getting angry.
Absolutely.
All right?
I mean,
take your
racist.
shit. So, you know.
Well, I mean, you spoke...
Well, you know what? I just don't sit back and fucking take shit. And quite frankly, this thing could escalate into uncomfortable areas. Trust me.
Yeah, it's got...
And you know what? I don't want to tag someone like that. And quite frankly, it's not worth it. I do like Jamie. I respect him as an actor. I'll leave it at that. And that's it. I do like his work, I should say.
Yeah.
But he's not he keeps saying he's my friend. He's not my friend anymore. There's total animosity between us, as far as I'm concerned. You know.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, too bad. You know, well, you know what? Join the club of people who
There are people
not
that
on
are
my team.
insecure, and
Right.
they gotta find some. I mean, racists basically are people that are insecure about who they are,
Yeah.
and they got to find something to.
I don't know that the man's a racist, but you know,
Well,
his crew's sounding awfully weird, calling Robin a house nigger and all that.
I know that,
or a
but-
house negro or whatever it is. It's like, look, it sounded like third grade to me.
It's
Doing the
childish.
dozens, and I'm
It's
not
very
going to get
childish.
into it, and that's the end of that. What can I tell you?
Well,
I'll
let's
try
hope
to
it
take
is.
the high road.
I
How's
don't
that?
think they'll take it as the end.
Well, they can,
Well,
if
that's
they
their
don't.
business. Whatever they do.
Yeah.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
It's up to them. Do what you want. You know.
Well,
There's
I
a
think
whole lot of interesting stuff I'd bring up if I was really going to go to war on this.
to make it really irrelevant, if they do respond, just ignore them.
Well,
Oh,
that's
I
not
don't know that that's going to happen forever.
You can push my buttons.
You know, it's like a sleeping lion. Poke
Yeah.
him once, poke him twice.
Yeah.
You just don't
Yeah.
want to wake him up.
Yeah, but
Dude, when I get into a war with someone, I can be relentless. And I don't just carry it on here. I can talk shit about you every talk show I go on, and then I can make your fucking life hell. And you know what? Let's just call it a day. We both work for the same company. I'll call it. I'll call it that. And if you really want to talk to me, come on in
yeah,
and tell me why I'm irrelevant or a bad person. You know,
have a showdown.
it's funny when you look someone in the eye how it all changes. You know.
Well, that's what he should do.
Yeah, all right. But I don't know what the bug up his ass is, so I don't know what's up his ass. It's none of my business. You know, if he's got something in his ass, that's his business.
If it's irritating him, you should take it out.
Right. Pull it out. You ever had anything in your ass, George? What's it like?
Well, it feels very engorged.
It's a lot to take, right?
It's a lot.
So eventually you
Sometimes there's pain there.
That's right. Eventually you take it out, don't you?
Indeed you do.
Exactly. So, Jamie, here's my advice. Take it out of your ass.
Everything
That's it.
comes down to
That's
sex.
But we are not friends. You know, don't talk shit about me and say we're friends. We're not.
Doesn't sound like it.
No. It doesn't sound like you want me as a friend.
Sounds phony.
Yeah, and that's okay. I'll live my life without being your friend, and I'm okay with that. Let's go to who else? Chris. Chris, hi.
Yeah, man. I get so offended or pissed off when people say you're irrelevant. I mean, every time you fart,
Irrelevant.
you're on fucking Entertainment Tonight or Extra or something like that.
No, I am trying to actually become irrelevant. Here's the difficult part. I can't get off these fucking shows. I went to satellite to live a nice, relaxed life. All I know is I'm going to play you a clip. I mean, in just the last month, I think I've been on Access Hollywood, Entertainment Tonight, and 90 billion other television shows, maybe 9 gazillion times. I can't even keep track of it. I don't know. I'm waiting to be irrelevant so that they don't sit and analyze everything I say over here. In fact, someone said to me, you know, you ought to get out more and do more TV shows. And I said, do more TV shows? I'm overexposed as it is. Everything I say is completely analyzed. We just reran the Jesse James interview over the weekend. And here's Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight among 9 million other places that are covering every interview we do.
I'm Billy Bush, and now Access uncovers his most candid interview ever. Who's Jesse named as his best lover?
Seriously, she's the best lover of your life?
Absolutely, hands down.
Look at this.
Yep.
Keeps it real, huh?
Yep.
Jesse had plenty to say about Sandra nearly a year ago on Howard Stern's Sirius XM radio show. This is about the same time Bombshell claimed she had an 11-month affair with Jesse.
Do you like rough sex with women?
I only like sex with my wife. I didn't start living until now.
Is there less sex now that you're married or more? Tell the truth.
There's just the right amount.
How many times a week?
8.
All 8 with Sandra?
You know what?
So, did she lay down any rules? You've got to get the rules read to you, right?
You know, I think there's a certain level of respect that you don't have, you know, if you love someone and respect them, you don't have to lay down rules.
As for finances, according to Jesse, he and Sandra kept them all totally separate.
Well, you know, I pay my bills, she pays hers. You know?
Prenup, though, you got to sign, right?
With what?
You got to, when you get married to a Sandra Bullock, both of you got to work that out ahead of time. There's no way, especially you've been married 2 times before. You got to sit down and have that tough discussion. That can't be easy. Believe me, I know.